Hello everyone. Good evening. Yes, I can see many familiar names here. Hasib, Navonil, Pritha. Please confirm. Are you able to hear me? Yes, आज छुट्टी नहीं है. Today we gave you some extra time to have a chit chat after a long time, after CAT. Okay, so preparation mode is again on. Some of you posted long messages that your preparation fiesta is over, CAT journey is over, but not yet. CAT was the first test of the season. I'm not late, Akhil. I already mentioned that. We gave you extra time to have a chit chat. Anyway, there were some technical issues. Some network problem was there, some Wi-Fi issues. Anyway, so now it is sorted out. I hope there should not be any trouble in between now. Yes, season is not over. That's what I'm saying, Hasib. So it was just beginning of the season. So CAT was the first test, and there are many other tests also lined up, isn't it? Okay, so without wasting time, I think we can start now. Fine, are you all ready? So very good evening to all of you. I think we can wait for 1 or 2 more minutes till others would also be connecting. We have Varun, Pritha, Paleshwari. Good morning, good evening, Keshav, Rituraj. What's we going to start today? Okay, I'm going to tell you today's agenda. So basically, these are the XAT Marathon sessions. So these are free sessions for everyone, all of the aspirants, whether you have been a iQuanta student or not, then also. So now you have opportunity to join our XAT sessions. So these first marathon sessions, they are the free sessions for all of you. So we'll be having a session for Quant, which we are going to discuss today, and we are going to have a session for DI. We are going to have a session for VARC and also decision making. So these are all different topics, sections of your XAT paper, right? Darshan, is Q same for both CAT and XAT? Yes, topics are same, but pattern is different. Number of questions and the topics from which questions are asked, so that will be certainly varying little bit. But moreover, practice is same. You are to prepare in the same way. Same topics are there. Same number system is there. Same logical reasoning. Everything is there. You know, same algebra, arithmetic, modern math, geometry, PNC. Everything is there. Set theory. I want to crack XAT at any cost. CAT was horrible. Don't think like that, Dinesh. It happens. As I said, this CAT was the first test. So in the first test, you generally have a lot of hopes, lot of aspirations, and sometimes it may appear that whatever your expectations were, they may not be fulfilled. So now let me tell you honestly, XAT is much easier to crack, especially Dinesh, that was your question. XAT is much easier to crack in comparison with CAT. Why? The major reason is the number of aspirants, the number of exam takers. So the number of aspirants is less, much less in XAT in comparison to CAT. So that's why you get a good percentile, you get good chances to crack XAT. And also there are many colleges which accept both the scores, CAT as well as XAT. So if you have not been shortlisted on the basis of CAT score, then you can apply in the same college from XAT score also. There are many such colleges. ठीक है ना? And preparation part, I already told you, they are same topics. We just need to be focused about the pattern of the test, which areas you are going to get most in paper that we need to see. Like in CAT paper, let me tell you a major difference, one of the major difference which you can say. In CAT, numbers was, there was no direct questions on numbers or very less number of questions on numbers. But in XAT, you will find a lot of questions based on numbers. In CAT, there were less questions which were having lengthier calculations. But in XAT, whether it be quant or whether it be DI, you are going to get lengthier calculations. Lot of calculations there would be. ठीक है ना? And also regarding geometry, in XAT geometry, you generally have a mixture of three-dimensional geometry along with time, speed and distance and algebra. All things are mixed up. So it is little bit lengthier questions. It is having a little bit lengthier questions, and those areas which were not very prominent in CAT, they have more focus here. Also this permutation combination probability. So these questions are also asked here. So these are the different things. So today's session is going to be around 2.5 or 3 hours. It's almost 7, so we'll be going up to I think 9 or 9:30. Fine, I hope that would be okay. So yes, you can enroll Darshan. So if you are not enrolled for XAT classes, so this was a brief overview I have given to you. Fine, there are same topics. Yes, PNC probability is also there, Navanil, I told you. So in CAT, probability is very rare, very scarcely you will find that. But in XAT paper, you will certainly find questions based on PNC and probability also. Fine, PNC and probability also. So the questions are always there, and good questions are there. Sometimes they may be calculative. I have already told that in other topics as well. So you get calculative questions sometimes. It's not difficult. I'm not saying difficult. It's not difficult. I said it is easier to crack the paper, and if you are prepared for CAT, then you won't find the questions very tough. And by the way, over a period of time, the difficulty level has decreased in all the tests. If you will see the previous year's XAT papers, at least 10-15 years ago, then you will find XAT was known to have tougher quant paper, at least quant and DI both. So XAT was supposed to be having tougher questions, trickier questions, not only calculative. So nowadays it is moderate level. It's not very highly difficult questions, but you have seen in CAT, were the questions in CAT difficult? You won't term them as difficult, but yes, they were time consuming, so it was difficult to attempt more number of questions. All right, all of you, most of you, I am sure you have attempted CAT, isn't it? Neglected topics में focus करना पड़ेगा. Exactly, Navanil, बिल्कुल सही बात है. Main important topics in quant for XAT, I already told that, Ria, that numbers you cannot avoid. Numbers, let me write here. So numbers you need to focus on. Also solids, the three-dimensional geometry, solid geometry, PNC. So these areas, if you have had less focus on these topics, now you need to focus on these areas as well, other than the normal, that algebra, arithmetic. So all the things are going to be there. Fine, but you cannot avoid these topics now: numbers, geometry, permutation combination. Fine. So today we are going to have a practice of all the topics, all the questions. If I follow the live classes daily, will my concepts get clear, or do I need to complete conceptual videos from iQuanta dashboard? So Aditya, it depends upon your preparation. So if you are prepared for CAT, and if your concepts are fine, then you can just live classes will work, because in live classes all concepts will also be revised along with the practice. Fine. And if your concepts are not that good enough, so in that case, certainly conceptual videos will also help. Sakshi, regarding fees, you can connect with our team. They will tell you all the details. So I think let's start now. Algebra has less questions in XAT than CAT. Yes, exactly. That's the point, Sohail. So in CAT, you find questions based on arithmetic and algebra on the priority. But now in this part, in XAT, you find questions on the basis of all the topics. So PNC questions are also there, numbers are also there, algebra arithmetic is also there. It's not that algebra arithmetic is not there. Fine. Okay. आज कौन से topic करेंगे? So we'll be touching all the topics. Now only we'll be touching all the topics. We'll be doing some geometry questions, some PNC questions, some numbers, some algebra, some lengthier questions, some faster, trickier questions also. As I said earlier in between, as some of you mentioned that questions were easier. So in every paper, there are some easy questions and there are some lengthy questions. ठीक है ना? Easy questions भी होते हैं, lengthy questions भी होते हैं. So which question should we select? So question selection, I will repeat, question selection is the most important part. Suppose if you select one question which is going to take long time, then it is going to happen that you will not reach to the end of the section. You won't be able to see all the questions in that limited time. ठीक है ना? So the point is that we should have that, we should be that much unattached to solve questions, that leave that. I don't want to do this question, next question, next question. Select your questions, and for that practice is required. Fine, for that practice is required. So question selection is very important. question selection. So the purpose of mock test, practice test, sectional test, whatever it is, so purpose is that your question selection must improve. You may be knowing all the concepts, you may be knowing all the topics, but which question should be preferred over other question, that you need to practice. ठीक है ना? Okay, so yes, this is a this is a public session. This is a public session, Jakshika. And what time will the class go? I already told that. I have to catch train at 10 p.m. Satyaki, approximately 9:30, I guess. By 9:30, I should finish it. Okay, let's start. Yes, decision making ki bhi marathon hogi, exactly. So let me tell you the sessions of marathon. So in this free XAT marathon sessions, as I told you, these are going to be the 4 sessions. One is today, that's 27th, and 28th, 29th, and 30th. So today we are going to discuss quant part. Then tomorrow you are going to have VARC, then DI, and decision making. So all the 4 topics would be there. Fine. So these are the free sessions, and you can join our course, and you can find the course details on the website, and you can also connect our team there. Fine. So that's a brief about the course details. So let's start now. Ready? Okay. So now it is just a overview session. So we are going to touch almost all the topics, not any specific one. So however fast you can solve the questions, that's up to you. Okay, so I'm showing you questions one by one. So here is your first question. Please read carefully and try to answer fast. Your time starts now. Hasib, yes, sessions are going for that also, but right now solve the questions. Okay, answers. I've got one answer so far. Old student A, Hasib A. Shubh Sinha, will you teach concepts also? Hasib, along with the questions, along with the questions, we'll be discussing them. So along with that, you will be seeing the concepts also. But this is not theory session. We are having just overview. So if you have prepared, if you have attempted CAT, then you are familiar with almost all the topics. So try to solve question, and wherever you get stuck, I'm here to help you. There's so many students watching here right now, but very few answers. I'm waiting for 1 more minute. Try to answer fast. Floyd bhai, cat gaya. Now focus on that. Okay, almost everyone is answering option A. And that's the right answer. Good. Okay, any hint how to start? How we can start? This was a very easy question actually. Yes, exactly. It was very easy question, and you should have answered it very fast. You should have answered it very fast. It says Vidya Pharmaceutical manufactures the COVID-20 virus vaccine. The cost of packaging is 40% of the cost of unpacked vaccine. So basically, this cost involves two factors, two components. So one component is cost of unpacked vaccine. So unpacked vaccine cost. Let me write cost of unpacked vaccine. Fine. And the other portion is the cost of packaging. Cost of packaging. So in the first sentence, it is mentioned that the cost of packaging is 40% of the cost of unpacked vaccine. How to start? We can assume it to be 100. That's perfectly fine, Aarti. Wonderful. Good, 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 good. So if I take cost of unpackaging to be 100, yes, many of you are suggesting that. That's very nice. Good. So if I take cost of unpacked vaccine to be 100, then cost of packaging would be how much? It's 40. Yes or no? That means total cost becomes 140. Fine, the price becomes 140. And it says if due to an increase in demand, the cost of unpacked vaccine increases by 30%. That means this value is going to increase by 30%. This is cost of unpacked vaccine. It is going to increase by 30%. That means it becomes how much? 130. Yes or no? Isn't it? So this is 130 and the cost of packaging comes down by 50%. That means 50% kam ho gaya, half reh gaya, right? So earlier it was 40. So now how much it will become? So it is decreasing by 50%. So 50% of 40, that is 20 kam ho gaya. So it becomes 20. So now the total price, new price becomes 130 plus 20, that is 150. Isn't it? I hope it is clear. So that's it. Now it says then find the percentage change in the cost of packed vaccine. The total cost है percentage change I need to calculate, and it is also clearly mentioned here. Given that cost of packed vaccine is equal to sum of the cost of unpacked vaccine and the cost of packaging. That means these costs we just need to find out the percentage change here, isn't it? So that's very simple thing. So 140 से 150 तक आने में कितना percent change हुआ है? It is certainly increase. How much increase? That you can calculate easily. It is 10 upon 140 into 100, isn't it? So that is basically 1 by 14, and I'm sure all of you are familiar with 1 by 14. So 1 by 14 is 7.14% approximately. So that's the answer. Is it okay? So option A is the right answer. Fine. Let's move to the next question now. I hope it is clear to everyone. Fine. So we written all the steps, and it was really very fast, very easy question. It was not difficult one. Yes, 1 by 14 it is. So 140 has become 150. So there's an increase of 10 out of 140. That makes it 1 by 14. Okay, moving to the next one now. And here it is. Now answer this one. Okay, answer. Now this is a question based on simple interest. Excellent. We have all the same answers. Navonil, Akhil, Hasib, Divya, Saurabh, Debangshu, Shripad. All of you are saying option D, 14.5. Anyone having other answer? Excellent. Excellent. See, this is the right answer. There's no doubt about that. And how would you rate this question? Was it easy or tough or calculative? It's not calculative at all, right? It's not calculative at all. And it's not lengthy. It's not difficult. It's easy question. So option D, 14.5 is the correct answer. It's certainly an easy question. So as some of you were mentioning, yes, you can consider it to be second round question, but it is not. It is very easy. So it depends upon what approach did you use. What approach you apply here. See, it is talking about Khushi and Muskan. There are two persons. They take loans of rupees 9,000 and 10,000 respectively on simple interest. It is clearly mentioned. It is talking as they are talking about simple interest from same bank. Now Muskan got the loan at the rate of 8% per annum. Now Muskan was having 10,000 rupees and it is at 8%. So 8% for 10,000, right? And due to incomplete paperwork, Khushi got the loan after 6 months at the rate of 10% per annum. So Khushi ka jo amount tha, that was 9,000. So this is being this loan is at the rate of interest at 10%. ठीक है ना? But this loan was released after 6 months. So 6 months कम interest लगने वाला है. Hasib, you check the XAT papers, you will get to know. In every paper, see, that has been you have most of you certainly have experienced CAT paper. You tell me, were CAT questions highly difficult? Certainly not, right? Some questions were very easy, some questions may be taking time, and maybe a few questions can be there which you are not having any idea how to solve, isn't it? There is a mix of question, and that is true for all the exams. Sabhi exams mein aisa hi hota hai. It's not that all the questions are very easy or all the questions are very tough. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Always there's a mix of questions. Fine. So that's why I said question selection. So you need to pick those easy questions which can be answered in less amount of time. ठीक है ना? Yes, so it could be a lengthy question, as some of you mentioned, second round question, because of calculations. It will take long time to calculate. But that's what I said, how do you approach it? That can make it a first round question as well. Fine. Now let's see it. This is certainly an easy question, not difficult. And nowadays, I'm sure CAT में भी आपको कोई भी difficult question नहीं मिला होगा, right? CAT में भी कोई भी difficult question नहीं मिला होगा. या तो थोड़ा सा lengthy होगा, या easy ही होगा, है ना? But time consuming होने की वजह से you are not able to solve all the questions. Anyway, so what is the maximum minimum cutoff for QAGI in XAT? Not much. It's very less. Devangshu, you can check out the details on iQuanta website, and you can check on the official website of XAT also. So cutoff is not high. That's what I said. It is easier to crack XAT than CAT because of the number of applicants. ठीक है ना? Anyway, let's check it now how we can solve it. See, 6 महीने का जो difference है ही. So this person, this first one, Khushi, got loan. Khushi got the loan after 6 months. तो इसका 6 महीने का इंटरेस्ट तो नहीं लगने वाला है, राइट? 6 महीने का इंटरेस्ट नहीं लगने वाला है. वेलकम है अंकित. So 6 महीने का इंटरेस्ट नहीं लगने वाला है. And you can see all the answers there. They're also in half year format. Half year, this complete years, this half years, this complete years. So let's say make them periods of 6 months each. See, we are talking about simple interest. It is simple interest, and you know that in case of simple interest, जो भी interest है, वो interest किस पे मिलने वाला है? You are going to get interest on this principal amount, isn't it? तो अब मैं interest को 6 महीने में calculate करूं या 1 साल में calculate करूं, it is going to be in the same order, right? Interest of every 6 months is going to remain same, isn't it? So what I'm going to do, in spite of years, let's make it half years. So basically, this is giving me 14 half years. This is 23 half years. This is 24 half years. This is 29 half years. and this is 17 half years. Is it okay? Fine. I'm just trying to make the calculation simpler, easier, not calculative, not tricky. Okay? So these are half years now. Fine. So half year, yani ki 6 months. So how much interest I'm going to get in every 6 months? See, 10% of 9,000 is how much? 900, isn't it? And so what would be the interest for the 6 months? What would be the interest for the 6 months on this amount? Can you tell me? What would be the interest for 6 months on this amount, 9,000, at the rate of 10% per annum? Quickly tell me. That is half of 900, isn't it? So it is going to be 450 every 6 months. Every half year, I'm going to get an interest of 450 rupees. Yes or no? ठीक है ना? 5%. Yes, it is 450 rupees. Exactly same way, what is the interest which I'm going to get on this amount of 10,000 rupees every half year? It is going to be 400 because 10,000 ka 8%, that would be 800, right? Because 1% is 100, 8% is 800. So half of that would be 400. So every 6 months, I'm going to get an interest of 400 rupees on this amount and 450 on this one. ठीक है ना? That's it. Now, what is the difference? The only difference is that duration. So, this loan was sanctioned after 6 months. After 6 months. So, number of 6 months or number of half years, if I'm calculating. So, if it is n here, so it is n half years. N half years. Then this is n minus 1 half years. Yes or no? That's it. Yes, Hasib. Fine. So now a simple question requirement is that after how many years, or basically half years, will their total amount, that is principal interest, would be same, right? So in this case of Khushi here, so it is going to be 9,000 plus 450. How many times? Is 450 n minus 1 times. If there are total n number of half years for this person is getting having the loan. So this person is getting a loan for n minus 1 half years, right? Because she is getting loan after 6 months. And in this case, the total amount would be 10,000 plus n times 400 or 400n. That's it. So that's the only equation I need to solve. I need to find the value of n, and these are my options now. Isn't it? That's very simple. Let's check. So this is 450n minus 450. And this was plus 9,000, and that's equal to 10,000 plus 400n. So let's bring the n terms on one side. So 450n minus 400n would be 50n, isn't it? That's equal to how much? So 9,000 when subtracted, it will be 1,000, and 1,000 plus 450, that will make it 1450, right? So now you can easily cancel out. So this n would be nothing but 1450 upon 50, or I can make it double of this, that is 2900 upon 100, or basically 29. So this 29 half years, that is 14.5 years. That's my answer. Fine. So it was not much calculated. It was very simple equation, nothing thing. Motion design learner, that we have taken for half year. That's the interest of half years. Interest earned in half year. So 10% you are going to get, or you are going to pay in 1 year, that is 900, isn't it? So in half year or in 6 months, you are going to pay 450. So every 6 months, you are going to pay 450 in this first scenario. Same in the second scenario, 1 year's interest is going to be 800 rupees, and in half year, it is going to be 400. So we have shifted all the things into half years. I hope it is fine. Okay. Abhishek, you tell me what was the given condition here? Khushi got the loan after 6 months. That means this Khushi is paying interest for 1 less month, isn't it? So the interest would be applied for 1 less 6 months duration. So if this loan is taken for n half years, then this is being applicable for n minus 1 half years. That's it. So that was the only equation we need to form, and it's a simple linear equation in one variable. ठीक है, is it clear? Okay, so these are again easy questions and not very difficult, as I said. So you should immediately make this equation and solve it. Now we are going to have some trickier questions also and some calculative questions also. So let's move to the next question. Ready? So here is the next one. Okay, now that's a really good one, good question. Let's see how many of you get the right answer for this one. Alex, 450 minus 400 कितना होता है भाई? This question can be considered for the ratios, for algebra, numbers. This is a really classic question. Okay, one answer I have got here, Hasib. Okay, these are all star performers. Star performance having the same answers. Excellent. Saurabh, Navanil, Akhil. This time Alex also. Very nice, Alex. Devanshu, Chinmay, old student. Pritha, Tejeshwar. अरे copy paste तो नहीं कर रहे हो ना भाई? I hope so that you are actually solving it. And that's the right answer. So see, it is again, some may consider it to be second round question or calculative question, but it is not. Excellent, Asif. That's perfectly wonderful. That's perfectly correct. See, how to go about it? It's a very easy thing. So what we need to understand? See, it says, it's talking about 4 persons, Dinesh, Ishwar, Ganesh, Harish. They had a total of 360 marbles. Fine. So let's say Dinesh plus Ishwar plus Ganesh plus Harish. So number of marbles with all the 4 persons together is 360. Fine. That's one thing. Yes, it is practically easy, exactly. But not for everyone, I'm sure. Not everyone has answered here yet. I see 58 aya. Exactly, I agree with that, Sohail. So it's easy for those who have practiced. So you may have encountered a similar question earlier also. But if we are not, if we had not done enough practice, or maybe due to any reason, so this question may be tricky. You may get stuck somewhere. But let's see how we can solve it. So this D, E, G, H, their sum is 360. Now it says the number of marbles with Dinesh, that is this D, was 1/3 of the total number of marbles with the others. So D, in comparison with all the 3 others, it is having 1/3 marble. What does it mean? What does it mean? That means अगर मैं D के marbles को एक ही मान लूं, let's say D के पास एक ही marble है, so how many marbles are there with all the 3 others? Can you tell me? If D is having only 1 marble, then how many marbles these 3 combined must have? With this given information that number of marbles with Dinesh was 1/3 of the total number of marbles with the others. Quickly, tell me. Yes, this is as I mentioned, it's a classic question. You can find in many places there. 3, exactly. That is the meaning of 1/3, right? So Dinesh is having 1/3 marbles, of 1/3 of the total number of marbles with the others, right? सो अगर दिनेश के पास एक है तो बाकियों के पास 3 है, और इफ दिनेश इज हैविंग x number of marbles then other 3 are having 3x, isn't it? That's a simple logic, right? If Dinesh is having x number of marbles then others are having 3x number of marbles. Fine. So x plus 3x, that is 4x, is equal to 360, isn't it? This 4x is equal to 360, or so x comes out to be 90. That's how we got the number of marbles with Dinesh as 90. Yes or no? Exactly same way we can find the number of marbles with other persons. It says in the second sentence, the number of marbles with Ishwar was 3/5 of the total number of marbles with the others. ठीक है ना? So total number of marbles with Ishwar was 3/5 of the total number of marbles with the others. That means E is having 3x, then others are having how much? 5x, right? That means total 8x is equal to 360 this time, isn't it? This 8x is equal to 360 this time, or maybe let's call it y. So this 8y is equal to 360, which makes y equals to how much? It's 45, and this 3y comes out to be 45 times 3. So how much is 45 times 3? So this 3y comes out to be 135. Fine. So the number of marbles with Ishwar comes out to be 135. ठीक है ना? So exactly same way we can proceed for this third person Ganesh as well. So it is mentioned the number of marbles with Ganesh is 2/7. 2/7 of the total marbles with the others. So exactly similar storyline. If Ganesh is having 2z, then other D, E and H, they have 7z. So this time 9z, 2z plus 7z. So 9z is equal to total 360. So which makes it that z equals to 40, and this 2z comes out to be 80. That's it. And now you can easily add up. So what number should be added to these three so that the sum becomes 360? Isn't it? Can you find this value now? So question in a way is this, that what should be added to these three numbers so that the sum becomes 360? Now it's my question to all of you. Tell me the value of this question mark. What number should we fill here so that sum of these four numbers comes out to be 360? Ayush Patnaik. So 3 upon 5 total minus E. Yes, exactly it is. That's 2, Ayush. That's what we have done. See, that's what we have done. If E is having 3y, then other than E, other than Ishwar, all the other three persons are having 5y. So that makes the total to be 8y. And that 8y was equal to 360. That's what we have done. So excellent. So this value comes out to be 55. So that is the right answer. Okay, I'm explaining once again. Yes, listen everyone. So it's very simple thing. It's very basic thing. As we did in the first part, to find the number of marbles with Dinesh, we have used the same process for Ishwar, Ganesh, and finally we have just subtracted this total from 360 to get the number of marbles with Harish. So how we have done? Let me tell you once again. So it was mentioned, just see here, that Dinesh was having 1/3 of the total number of marbles with the others. So Dinesh ke paas 1/3 with others hai. Let's say, let's make it more simple. Who was asking that? Maybe Ayush or Michael. Okay, let's play this game. So Michael and I, total together we are having, let's say, 100 rupees. Fine. Okay, Michael, chalega. So Michael and I together we are having 100 rupees, and I am having, what should I say? I'm having 1/4 that of the number of rupees with Michael. I repeat my question. I and Michael, we are having together 100 rupees, and I am having 1/4 amount in comparison to Michael. How much I am having? Can you tell me? Everyone? Michael and I, we are having total 100 rupees. I am having 1/4 in comparison to Michael. How much amount I am having? Fast, please. नॉट करेक्ट आस्था. अरे अगर मेरे पास 25 हुआ तो उसके पास 75 हुआ ना. दैट्स नॉट करेक्ट. 25 is incorrect. 25 is incorrect. Yes, 20 is right. 20 is right. It's not 25, it's 20. See, that was an easy question, but very easily, so many of you did error, right? Don't do this error. Yes, exactly so, Ravi. It is 5x is equal to 100. If I'm having x, then Michael is having 4x because Michael is having 4 times amount than I. ठीक है ना? I hope it is clear now. So that is the only thing. How do we think? Fine. Just by seeing the numbers 1/4, तो 100 का 1/4 कर दिया. That is not correct. So 100 का 1/4 नहीं हुआ है. So the total amount is distributed among two persons. One is having 1/4 of the other. So if the one person is having x, then other is having 4x. So total 5x equals 100. Welcome, Samyak. I also feel very happy by seeing your name on the screen. Okay, is that clear to everyone? Michael, is it okay? And all those persons who made some errors. It may be copy paste. So don't do that copy paste. अगर copy paste भी करना है कम से कम सही तो करो. So copy the right answer. Copy the right person. Don't copy the wrong ones. That's a good learning from here, Asif, isn't it? Just don't copy anything which comes on screen. Okay, one more thing. One more question. One more question. Again, Michael and I, together we are having 100 rupees. Listen again, everyone. So Michael and I, we are having total 100 rupees. And this time, I am having two-third amount in comparison to Michael. I repeat, I am having two-third of the amount in comparison to Michael. How much I am having? I am having two-third amount in comparison to Michael. So what is the amount with me? In the previous question, I said 1/4 only motion. Yes, 4 is perfectly fine. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. 40 is the right answer. Good. So when I'm saying Michael and I'm having 2/3 in comparison to Michael, that means if I'm having 2, then Michael is having 3. Isn't it? So if I'm having 2x, then Michael is having 3x. So now again 5x equals to 100, which makes x 20 and 2x comes out to be 40. And exactly same thing we have done in all these three cases here. Okay? I hope it is clear to everyone now. I told that tentatively up to 9:30. I hope so. Okay, let's move further now. Here is the next question. Now this time it is from time, speed, and distance. Let's see. Let's check. Yes, material is same, Nitin. There will be extra questions for practice from for XAT specifically. Otherwise, all topics are same as I said earlier. So the previous practice material will certainly work. Okay, one answer so far. It's certainly, I think, a calculative question. You need to make equations, isn't it? You need to write the proper equation, then solve it. Some of you might be trying to draw the diagram as well. I've got some answers here. Some of you are saying option D, that is 12. Some are saying 16 as well. Fine, 12 and 16, these two answers I'm seeing so far. Please recheck, all of you, recheck and be confirmed. By the way, here's another answer. Asif, this is not in the options. 24 is not there in the options even. No, you didn't forget anything, Samyak. You just need to make equation and solve. Still, I can see some of you are saying 16, some of you are saying 12. See, it is asking about the usual time taken to travel at the usual speed. That means usual time it is asking about. Again, I can see two answers. Saurabh is saying 16. Asif has reached to 12. Earlier you were saying 24. Now you're saying 12. Good. 12, 12, 12. Okay, let's see. See, if S is the usual speed, the easiest or simplest equation in one variable we can form by using that distance upon speed equals time, isn't it? Distance traveled upon speed equals to the time taken. And we are having the two situations where the time difference is mentioned here, that he would take 16 more hours. The difference in two timings are given here, right? So that same distance is to be traveled, that is 192 kilometer. है ना, 192 kilometers, the same distance is to be traveled. XAT में कैलकुलेटर होता है, यस आजकल सभी में होता है, आजकल सभी में होता है. You have experienced the calculator in CAT as well, right? So if required, that can be used, no problem. I remember I solved one entire DI set using calculator only. It was very calculative. So without wasting time, I started using calculator and all the questions were solved very easily, and I think in less amount of time as well. But if I had not used calculator in that question, then it would be difficult. So wherever feasible, usable, then there's no harm in using calculator. But don't have a habit of using calculator for every single calculation. That is also important point. है ना? Okay. Let's check now. So distance upon speed is equal to time taken. So here that distance is same, 192 kilometer. Now speed is varying. So if he decreases his speed by 8 kilometer from the usual speed, then he would take 16 hours more. तो उसको 16 hours से ज़्यादा लगेंगे. तो ज़्यादा time कब लगेगा? When 192 kilometer distance is being traveled with a speed which is 8 kilometer less than usual. So if S is my usual speed, so S minus 8 is that decreased speed. So this time is 16 hours more. It is 16 hours more. किससे? Then if he had traveled at 150% of his usual speed, right? The same distance when it is being traveled at 150% of the speed, that is 1.5s or 3/2s, I can say, isn't it? So that's the equation we can simplify to find the value of S, isn't it? So you can easily simplify it. I hope most of you have done it. Otherwise, you can do it now. See, you can check the official XAT website notification for that. I remember I appeared in XAT way ago. At that time, I remember calculator was there on screen. I appeared in no, Baba. I appeared in paper-based CAT. I appeared in paper-based XAT. IFT I appeared when it was computer-based test, and nowadays IFT is no more there. And now you need to just fill IFT. They take CAT score. But IFT in between turned to paper-based test, computer-based test. Earlier it was paper-based. And XAT when I appeared, I think it was in 2015 or 16 somewhere. At that time it was paper-based test, and when it goes computer-based test, after that I have not attempted it. So you can check the official website for that. Anyway, it is not 150% more, it is 1.5. Dow Jones, he traveled at 150% of his usual speed, not 150% more than usual speed. Don't be confused in that. Say if I say I am working with 100% of my efficiency, I am working whether my normal pace, isn't it? It's not I am working at twice pace. So if I say I am working with 100% more efficiency, that means that I'm doubling the work, isn't it? So same way, this 150% is not 2.5, it is 1.5 only, or 3 by 2. Fine. So we need to simplify it to find the value of S. Can you calculate and tell me how much S is coming out to be? Maybe I told that you can check the official website whether it is allowed or not. That you can check. So this S comes out to be 16 here. Some of you calculated that, I guess. So if we simplify this, so this 16 would be cancelling this 192. 192 को cancel करेंगे तो कितना आएगा? 16 1s are 16, 3 12. It will be, so it is 12 upon S minus 8 minus 12 upon 3 by 2 of S. Let's simplify this also. So this 2 will go upside, 3 4 that becomes 8 by S. So that is equal to 1 basically. So it is 12 upon S minus 8 minus 8 upon S. That is equal to 1. So let's take LCM here. So this S into S minus 8, that will make it 12S minus 8 times S minus 8, that is equal to 1. So let's simplify it here. So we can cross multiply. So this is 12S minus 8S plus 64, that is equal to S into S minus 8, or S square minus 8S. I hope it is okay. ठीक है ना? Now this 8S seems to be cancelled. So we are having a quadratic equation now, that is S square minus 12S minus 64 equals 0. Fine. So this is S square minus 12S minus 64 equals to 0. Please confirm. Please confirm this equation. Is it fine? Please confirm. Is this equation okay? This is 8 upon S. So this is 12S minus 8S plus 64 here. That's fine. Is equal to this one. ठीक. I hope it is okay. ISS is coming out to be 16 now. So now let's simplify this. So how we can simplify? I want this product to be 64. So can you split 12 in such a way that the two terms having, because this is negative, so one term is going to be positive, other one would be negative. So 16 and 4 will work now. Yes, 16 and 4. Yes, that's true. Yes, thanks for that, Hasib. 16 and 4 will work. So this is S square minus 16S plus 4S minus 64 equals to 0. Now you can easily take out the factors. So you can take out S common here. It is S minus 16 and plus 4 common here. That makes it again S minus 16. So this S minus 16 is common. So it comes out to be S minus 16 S plus 4 equals to 0. That means S equals to 16 or minus 4. S can't be negative 4 because speed cannot be negative, right? So discarding this value, we are having S equal to 16. So if S is 16, that usual time would be simply 192 by 16, right? So 192 by 16, and that comes out to be 12. So I think most of the students who are answering 16, they were just answering this value of speed here, but actually the question was asking about the time taken, right? The question was asking about the time taken in hours to travel at the usual speed. So answer is 12. Fine. So among so many questions which we have done, so this question is little bit lengthier, isn't it? We need to write this much. We need to solve the equation. If you somehow may make any mistake in writing the equation, as I think some of you mentioned, so then it is going to consume time, and also you are not going to get the right answer. Hai na? So, okay, Priyansh Chauhan's question, like when speed minus 6 time taken is t plus 4, and when speed is plus 6 time t minus 4, find t. Yes, it's similar question, Priyansh. You need to make equations and solve, simplify. That's the only way. Sometimes we are having some terms in AP, some terms in HP, then we can make use of it. But still, we need to make equation and solve it. Cat wale mein D was not given. Distance was not given. Fine. Anyway, distance is same, na? Distance is same. Anyhow, can we do something else in this question? Can we do something else in this question? Alex, right now we have just made the equations, nothing else. So we wrote the equation that distance by speed is equal to time taken. So time taken when speed was decreased by 8 km, that is 192 distance upon speed s minus 8. Fine. So this time is 16 hours more. ये 16 घंटे ज़्यादा है किससे? जब मैं ज़्यादा स्पीड से चलता हूँ, when I'm traveling at speed of 150%, right? So then it is more than if he had traveled at 150% of his usual speed. So if he's traveling at 3/2s, right? If he's traveling at 3/2s, in that case, so this time taken is less. How much less? So the difference is given 16 hours. So that was the only thing, and we just simplified this to reach at this point. Fine, that was a quadratic equation here, and we reached at this point. So speed comes out to be 16, and then finally we got this value. Yes, ratio, that's fine, Divya, but still, again, we are going to get equation. Again, we are going to get equation. Ratio also is going to be equation only. So we need to say all similar thing. So yes, sir, got it for. Okay. Now listen. What else we can do it? So other thing which we can do is just see the options. The options are all integers, right? Options are all integers. Let's check the options. If I check 6, ठीक है, मान लेते हैं 6 is the usual time. Let's check. If this is a usual time, then usual speed क्या होगी? That we can calculate, na? Yes or no? See, I'm changing these options to be the other thing, other approach. See, Ashani, that's perfectly fine. We should know all this thing and we should do this thing, no problem. No problem with that. But sometimes what happens, as I think Samyak or somebody was mentioning, so equation बनाने में ही गलती कर दी, equation यहाँ पे आके कहीं पे आके अटक गई, you are not able to solve it. So we should have all the things in our mind. What can be thought of? Let's check now. If this is a usual time, can you tell me what should be the usual speed in that case? Everyone, please check. Now you decide which one is going to be better. That's up to you. Now try to understand. If 6 is the usual time, so what would be the usual speed? How to find? How to find this? It's 192 by 6, isn't it? 192 by 6, because distance is 192 kilometer. So the speed is equal to distance upon time. So distance is 192, so 192 upon 6. That will be the speed. ठीक है ना? तो कितना आएगा? 32 आएगा क्या? Yes, ठीक है, 32. Okay. So whether it matches other conditions, let's check. Let's check now. Let's check. क्या ये बाकी conditions को match करता है क्या? What were the other conditions? So one of the conditions was that कि अगर speed को 8 किलोमीटर से कम कर दें, right? If speed is made 24, then time would be 16 hours more. Time कितना होगा? अगर मैं 6 into 32 was 192. So now 24 अगर मैंने speed कर दिया, speed 8 किलोमीटर पर आवर कम कर दिया, तो time कितना लगेगा? Just divide 192 by 24. So 24 इसको 4 वहां ले जाऊं ना, 6 चौक 24. So 4 8. It would be 8, right? Time taken would be 8. ठीक है ना? If this is my speed, then this is going to be time, and this is 16 hours less. This is 16 hours. एक मिनट, स्पीड कम कर दिया तो दिस इज 16 आवर मोर. बट ये 16 आवर मोर कैसे हो सकता है? तो खुद ही 8 आवर्स है, राइट? इज इट पॉसिबल? नॉट पॉसिबल. because this time should have been 16 hours more than some other time. It is only 8 hours. How it can be? It is not possible answer, right? Discarded. Moving next. So if it is 8, so 8 into how much? So 192 was the distance. So 8 2s are 16, 8 4s are this. Fine. Okay. So if speed becomes speed is decreased by 8 kilometer per hour, that means speed becomes 16. If speed becomes 16, how much would be the time taken? That would be 12. But this is not, this cannot be again 16 hours more than something. It is also not feasible. Leave it. Here, it is going to be in decimals. Not possible. चलेगा ही नहीं, right? इसको बाद में देखेंगे. 12, let's take 12. If 12 is the speed, so 12 is the time taken. What is the speed? It is 16. Now, if speed is decreased by 8 kilometer per hour, so new speed is 8. So 8 into the same number 24, and this 24 is 16 more than something, right? 24 किससे 16 ज़्यादा है? 8 से ही, right? So this is 24 into 8, and that's a difference of 16. So this perfectly matches, right? And we can check this one also. It will not satisfy because 16 into 12, and अगर मैंने इस speed को 8 किलोमीटर पर आवर कम कर दिया तो speed becomes 4, and the time taken would be how much? That would be 48, right? So 48, 16 hours ज़्यादा है, so the time should be 32, and the speed would come out to be 6. Speed would come out to be 6. So will it satisfy? It appears to be, है ना? ये भी 3/2 बन गया है. So if speed becomes 3/2, so time decreases by 16. So this one, option D, satisfies. Are you able to understand? So basically, point is that we can make equations and solve it. No need to look at the options. But right now, if I'm working with the options, then also I can negate the options. I can negate the options. That is the whole point. So how to approach a question? So whatever things that comes to your mind, that you can start with. But we must be aware about different ways we can think. See Divya, what we have done? So we are assuming let this be the right answer. Let's just take the first case and you will get the whole idea. So if this is the right answer, that the usual time is 6. So if usual time is 6, let me write this. If usual time is 6 hours, then usual speed must be 192 by 6. Yes or no? And that comes out to be 6 3s are 18 and 6 2s are 12. That is 32 km per hour. Fine. Okay. Next, what is given? We just need to see whether it satisfies all the given conditions or not. So in the first sentence, it was mentioned. So if we decrease the speed by 8 km per hour, so S is 32. So S minus 8 would be how much? That is 8 less kar de isme se, that is 24. So in that case, what would be the time taken? The time taken would be 192 upon 24. Isn't it? That gives me the value. Let's call it T dash. So this comes out to be 24 से जब divide करेंगे तो this would be 6 4, so this is 8, right? This is 8. So now it was mentioned कि when I'm decreasing a speed by 8 km per hour, so the time taken would be 16 hours more than some other time. But this is itself 8. Is that feasible? Not feasible. Right? Same, that's how I negated this first option. Same with the second one, and so on. Okay? So that is difficulty in using options, that you may need to check all the options, right? So it may take time, and while solving, the solving had its own time implications. So that we need to decide, as I was answering Ashani also, that we need to decide that which way should I approach, right? So I should have all the things in mind, so we can have a combination of the two. Whatever matters, whatever works better, that we should go with. Okay? Anyhow, this was time consuming question in comparison to the previous ones, but not difficult at all. We know how to solve it, right? And we have solved it. Okay, moving to the next one now. And this is a total change of flavor now. It is PNC. See, are you able to do it? Hi, yes, Navanil, I completely agree with you. I prefer generally not to use options every time. Sometimes it's fine, but not every time, of course. At least not in this question. Okay, this is an easier one. Option B. Okay. Joyston says option B. Old student says shouldn't answer be 4 into 5. That's not in the option, by the way. 4 raised to the power 5 you are saying. That's too much. 4 raised to the power 5. Again, that is also not in the option, by the way. Hasib says 240. Samyak option C 240. Okay. Manish option B. There's 120. So 120 and 240. These are two answers are coming so far. Okay, 120 or 240. Okay, third answer, option C. Option C is 240, by the way, same. Don't copy paste, try to think. You are allowed to do mistakes, no problem. Mistakes are the stepping stones to learn. Okay, most of you are saying 120 or 240. Let's check it now. Let's check it now. It says a person forgot a 5-digit ATM pin. So this is a 5-digit number. Fine, this is a 5-digit number. But he remembered that the pin code consisted of only 4 digits. Basically 4 different digits. Which are the digits? 3, 5, 6 and 9. So that pin code, that pin number is having 3, 5, 6, 9. These are the only 4 digits being used here. There is no 5th digit. There is no different other digit, right? So, so what does it mean? So how it is a 5-digit number? What can you think of? With this information, what you can think of? It is saying that these are the only 4 digits. So it is clear that there is no different digit other than these 4. But it was a 5-digit pin code, right? It was a 5-digit pin number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at 4 of the places, these 4 digits are going to be placed. What about the remaining 5th digit? What do you say? What about the remaining 5th digit? First tell me that. I've seen your answers. Some of you are saying 120, 240 and 480 also I can see now. And in between 4 raised to 5 is also there. What about that? Yes, exactly. One of the digit has to repeat. All of you agree with that? One of the digit out of these 4 only has to repeat. ठीक है ना? Is that point clear to everyone? So these are the only 4 digits. These are the only 4 digits in this 5-digit pin number. So these 4 digits are going to be there at least once, and one of these digits is going to repeat, right? Now, which one will repeat? That is the case now. Right? Which one will repeat? So can you tell me in how many ways that repeating digit be selected? So which of the 4 digits can repeat? It could be 3 or 5 or 6 or 9, right? Anyone can repeat. So please tell me one thing. Please tell me one thing. Which cases would be more? When the digit 3 repeats, would that cases be more? Or when the digit 5 repeats, those cases would be more? Or when the digit 6 repeats, those cases would be more? Or when the digit 9 repeats, which cases would be more? Which cases would be more? All cases would be equal, isn't it? There's no partiality with any of the digits. So the cases when 3 is repeating, those cases will be same. The number of cases will be equal when the digit 5 is repeating or 6 is repeating or 9 is repeating. So basically, let's count for any one of the digits and we can multiply it with 4, right? And that is basically 4C1. So the first portion is that 4C1, that means any of the 4 digits can be repeated, okay? So that 4 needs to be multiplied with the remaining cases now, with the remaining arrangements. Now, what are the arrangements? Now we know that one of the digits is being repeated. Which one? That we have finalized in 4 ways, that it could be anyone. So now let's say the repeating digit be A. So it is AA, and the other three digits are different, B, C, and D. So basically, now we need to just calculate the arrangement of these 5 numbers, out of which 2 are of same kind, isn't it? We just need to find the arrangement of these 5 numbers. Do you know in how many ways can you arrange these 5 letters out of which 2 are of same kind? What is the number of ways? In how many ways can you arrange these 5 letters out of which 2 letters are same? It's not 5 factorial, right? How much it is? Fast, please. How much it is? It had been 5 factorial agar sare different hote, aware of it? But it is not all different here. Yes, it is 5 factorial by 2 factorial, exactly. See, whatever number of equal letters, equal things are there, that much factorial will come in denominator, right? So this arrangement is basically 5 factorial divided by 2 factorial. Why this 2 factorial? Because we are having 2 same letters here. Is it okay? Fine, ठीक है ना? Okay, now we just need to calculate this. So 4C1 is 4 only, 5 factorial is 120, 2 factorial is 2, so 2 2s are 4 and 2 times 120 is 240. That was certainly an easy question on this topic, provided you understand the basics, right? Now some of you are mentioning 4 raised to the power 5. What is the logic for that? I don't know. What is the difficulty with that? Okay, let me guess. 4 raised to the power 5. I think you are saying that this first place can be filled in 4 ways. This first place can be filled in 4 ways, and second place can also be filled in 4 ways. Then third place can also be filled in 4 ways. Then fourth place also in 4 ways, and 5 place also in 4 ways. So 4 into 4 into 4 into 4 into 4, like that. So what is the problem in that? Yes, answer now. Many of those students, I think at least 2-3 students answered it. 4 into 4 into 4 into 4 into 4. So what is the difficulty with that? Yes, exactly. So when I'm considering 4 into 4 into 4 into 4 into 4, that means at every place any of the 4 digits that can come. So it will include these cases also, in which all the digits are same, 4 4 4 4 4, right? Because 4 was not the digit. These are the 4 digits. So maybe let's say 3 3 3 3 3. All the 5 digits are same. That is one of the case in this part, right? But is it allowed? No. Why? Because the code consisted of all these 4 digits. Because the code consisted of all these 4 digits. So these 4 digits must exactly be used. So that's why in the beginning we understood what is given, what is to be done. So these 4 digits are certainly there, and one of them is being repeated. ठीक है ना? So that was the mistake in this answer. Is that clear? Is that clear? So those who answered that. So basically, if you understand what is the mistake in your thinking, then you can learn. Otherwise, you will always remain confused. इस क्वेश्चन में ये लगाते हैं, उस क्वेश्चन में वो लगाते हैं, इस क्वेश्चन में ये लगाते हैं. No, कुछ नहीं लगाते हैं. हर क्वेश्चन में दिमाग लगाते हैं. एक ही चीज है, right? In every question, you just need to put your intelligence into work. If it is not there, so just remembering formulae will not help. I hope it is clear now. Fine. Okay, let's move to the next question now. So basically, so far, if you see, we have touched time, space, distance. We have just touched permutation, combination. Prior to that, we did one question of which part? I forgot. अरे कौन से question किए थे भाई? Anyway, we have already touched 3-4 topics. Now let's move further. Let's move further, and we shall have. Okay, it's geometry here now. It's geometry here now. Please answer this question fast. हाँ, yes, marble वाला question किया था एक SICI exactly. Yes, we have touched various topics. So, is this image clearly visible? I am on my screen. I am able to see it properly here. So I hope you're also able to see it. Fine, answer this question. Very nice, very fast answer, old student, nice. That's the benefit of being old student. Okay, option C, 392. Mani, if you're saying that. Amit, Samyak, Navonil, Michael, Arti, Manan. See, exam में copy paste नहीं चलेगा है ना. So you need to be sure. Yes, certainly. Age gives you experience. Fine. Option C, most of you are saying. Let's check. How did you solve? Is it a lengthy question or easy question? And by a very fast answer, I'm able to see 28 into 28 by 2. Arti, yes, that's perfectly fine. After solving it normal way, I tried to visualize it and I was able to. Good, Samyak. Arti, that's a very nice thing, 28 into 28 by 2, and I'm sure many of others also have done the similar thing. See, there is nothing to calculate in this question. It's very easy question. It's very easy question. So there is nothing to calculate actually. If you just visualize it, what is happening? See, let me draw it again. I'm drawing it like this. This is a semicircle here, and this is a quarter circle. This is another quarter circle. Fine. So certainly the radius of this quarter circle or this quarter circle or this semicircle is half of the side of square, and square side length is given 28. Right? Square side length is given 28. So basically this length is 14. This is 14. Right? This is also same 14. Right? And if I complete this square, so isn't this part, and if I complete this square also, let's say, now just try to see these two things. So this part here, this portion here is shaded, right? This portion here is shaded, and in this diagram, and this portion, this quarter circle is also shaded. So the total shaded area that we need to calculate is simply double of that, right? So before proceeding further, just see it here. So when I have done this, can you find any common things? This quarter circle and this is same quarter circle, right? These two areas are same, and these two squares are also same. That means this shaded portion is nothing but equal to, it is this part. These two parts are same. Yes or no? That's it. So basically, इसको उठाया यहाँ चिपका दिया. That becomes a complete square of side length 14. And same way another one. So as I think somebody mentioned, so it is 14 square and again 14 square. So it is 2 times 14 square. So 196 into 2, that is 392. That's it. There was nothing to be solved here. Right? Nothing to be solved here. Yes, that's correct, Sangam. The shaded part is basically rectangle of 28 by 14. That's certainly we can say that. So this part will club here. This part will join here. So that will make it a rectangle of 28 by 14. That's perfectly fine. Right. Can we expect these level of questions in XAT? Amit, I have already answered similar question. Go and check actual XAT papers. It's very easy thing. There are many easy questions. I said this earlier also. I'm repeating that. Not every question is very easy and not every question is very tough. It's always a mix of questions, and you need to be selective while attempting your test, right? Here, so this was simple observation based question. Otherwise, if you are going to calculate the angle and chord length and all, it is going to be complicated. But if you are able to visualize it, it is very simple thing. Fine. Okay, so the answer comes out to be 392. That is option C, not B. 308 kaise aaya Bhavya ji? We have just seen that part. So this shaded portion can be clubbed here, it can be joined here. So that will make this square of size 14 square as I just did here. And this portion, when shifted, it will fix up here. So the total shaded area is basically this complete rectangle of side length 14 and 28. Or as I mentioned here, so it's 14 square and another 14 square. So 2 times 14 square, that is 392. ठीक है ना? Yes, Samyak, I have said it repeatedly. I am saying it once again. You may be knowing all the topics, you may be knowing all the questions, but what question do you choose at the time of test? That is very, very critical, very important. Okay, that will make the difference of your attempt. How many questions are you able to attempt? Okay, I hope it is fine, Bhavya. So let's move further. I am moving to the next question now. Okay, it is again from PNC, permutation combination. And there are going to be some tricky questions on the way. And I hope this is also almost one of them. You need to make cases. Don't miss any case. It's again a similar question as we did earlier. We need to find the how many words, number of words formed by taking 5 letters at a time. So we need to select 5 letters and then we need to arrange them. So it's almost similar question, but you need to make cases that which letters have been selected. You need to count all the cases. We can't guess maybe. Maybe won't work. I'm having different answers now. Nighthawk says option E, 2520. Arti thinks option A. Samyak option C. Please recheck everyone. I'm giving you 1 more minute. Samyak has made cases. Nice. So 4I, 3I, 2I, 1I, 0I. I think there are 3 I's only. Samyak, 4 I's are not possible, na? There are only 3 I's available. IIMBLACKI. There are only 3 I's available. Okay. Arvind Krishnan is also asking option A, 30, 20, 40. 30 to 40. I'm giving you 1 more minute. Please recheck. Renuka meanwhile saying option C, 4020. Aarti, ये क्या किया? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Why it is so? Please think. Are there 10 letters? They are not. Still, I can see different answers. Option E, option C. Sangam is saying option B. यही बचा था एक. Old bhai, you may skip it or not, but you know you have already spent time on the question. So the purpose of question is to take up your time. So question has already taken up your time. Now whether you are to convert it to marks or not, now that's your own decision. Anyway, so right now we are not going to skip, we are going to count it, we are going to calculate. Okay, let's check now. So it says how many words can be formed by taking 5 letters at a time out of the letters of the word I am Blackie. So there are 3 and 3, 6 and 3, 9. Total 9 letters are available here, right? Not 10. It is total 9 letters. And out of 9 letters, I need to take 5 letters and I need to make words. To make words, that means I need to arrange the letters also, right? Now, first let's count. Let's see that how many letters of each kind are there, right? So I can see only the letter I being repeated, right? So I and another I. So there are 3 I's. So I is there 3 times. Then we have A only once, B only once, and C also only once, and K, L, M all once. So 3 and 3, 6 and 3, 9. That's fine. So all these letters are once each, and this I is there 3 times. Is it fine? Check enough. That's the whole distribution of all the 9 letters here. Now I need to select the 5 letters. So among the 5 letters, what cases can be there? So I will go by the Samyak approach as Samyak did. So just make the cases that how many I's we are going to take. So we can use all the 3 I's. So I and 2 other letters out of the 6. That is a possible case. Or I could have taken 2 I's and 3 other letters from the available 6. I could have taken only 1 I and the 4 letters from the remaining 6. Or I could have discarded all the I's and I can select the 5 letters out of these available 6. Is it fine? So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4 cases feasible. Is it clear to everyone? It could have been that question also, Moon. That's also a nice word. Anyway, come back here. So basically these are the 4 cases. So if we have used all the 3 I's, if we are using 2 I's, or I'm taking only 1 I, or I'm not taking any of the I's. Now let's count. So in this first case, see, always when we are doing questions like that, so we need to make cases that will that can look like a lengthier approach, but it's not lengthier approach. It's a good approach because we need to have control on 2 things. We should not miss any case, one thing, and second thing, we should not overcount. We should not overcount. Fine. Let's see here. So now we have considered all the cases, so I'm not going to miss any case, right? Now I need to count it properly. So when I'm taking all the 3 I's, so 2 more letters are to be taken. So first select which 2 letters can I take. So can you tell me in how many ways can I select 2 letters out of the 6 available? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So out of 6 letters, 2 letters can be selected in 6C2 ways. Is it fine? Right? 62. Fine. Many of you are finding answer now. So 62 ways I can select 2 letters. Now I'm having 5 letters. Right? Now I'm having 5 letters, and in 5 letters, these 3 are of same kind. So this arrangement we have already done. So it will be how much? It is 5 factorial by 3 factorial. Remember, I told you because there are 5 letters, so the number of arrangements comes out to be 5 factorial. But because 3 letters are of same kind, they are same letters, so we need to divide by that much factorial, 3 factorial. So that comes out to be how much? So 62 is 6 into 515 by 6 into 530 by 2, that is 15. 15 times this is 5 into 4, 20. That makes out to be 300. Isn't it? So this first case comes out to be 300. Let's move to the second part. So 2 letters are already being selected, so 3 others are to be selected from these available 6 different letters. That can be done in 63 ways. Now to arrange these 5 letters, out of which 2 are of same kind, the number of ways are 5 factorial upon 2 factorial. Let's count this. So 63 comes out to be 654 by 6, that is 20, into 5 factorial is 120 by 2, that is 60, right? And that comes out to be 1200. Okay, let's move to the third case now. So 1 I is already there, so other 4 letters can be selected from the available 6 into 64 ways. And now these 5 letters are all different, so they can be arranged in 5 factorial ways. 64 is basically same as that of 62, that is 15 into 120, and that comes out to be 15 into 120 is how much? That is just 6 times of that is 1800. It is 1800. Fine. And finally, the last case, when all the 5 letters are being selected from this 6 available, there is no I, so it is simply 6C5 or basically 6C1 into, and all the letters are different, so it is again 5 factorial. So it is 6 into 120, that comes out to be 720. We just need to add these cases, so it's 0 and 2 and this 7, 3, 10 and 8, 2, 10, that makes it 20 because 0 and 2 and 2, 4. So 4020, option C is certainly the correct answer. Fine. So this was not to be skipped at all. If you have spent some time, so we know that what cases are to be made, and after that it was simple counting, right? It was a simple calculation. So it's not very calculative one, but yes, at least a little bit we need to write. It's not that just by seeing it we can answer. I hope it is okay. Sangam, we don't need the fourth case. The third case can be 7C5 into 5 factorial. It's fine. That's true. Good. Accepted, Sangam. So Sangam is saying, so when all the 5 letters are different, that means nothing is same. So we are having 7 different letters available. So in spite of making these 2 cases, we could have directly done out of the 7 different letters, all the letters need to be different. So I can select any 5 out of 7, that is 7C5, and into 5 factorial. Now 7C5 is same way 7C2. 7C2 means that is 7 into 6 by 2, that is 21 into 120. And if you multiply them, you get how much? So 12 ones are 12, 2, 1 carry, 12 2s are 24 and 125. So 2520, which is nothing but sum of these 2 terms. So these 2 cases could have been clubbed to 1 case. That's perfectly fine. Good, Sangam. Okay, anything else here? Moon, that is the arrangement part only, bhai. This is the arrangement. So first you are selected and then we have arranged. Fine. It's not too calculative, Aarti. That's what I'm saying. You know what calculation is, right? You have seen so many questions by now. In CAT paper also, in the previous practices also, in DI quiz sections also. So this is not too calculative. It is simple calculation. Yes, it is calculative, but not too. Okay. Very nice, Depriya. Welcome. Okay, moving to the next question now. Fine. Moving to the next one here, and here the geometry one. I think this is the first one from geometry section now. So far, 2 of the sides of an obtuse angled triangle are 7 and 17. How many such triangles are possible? Okay, find it. Now, this is a sort of direct question. If you know the property, how to get an obtuse angle triangle with the side lengths? It's a direct question. Please calculate the answer. Yes, what you want to me repeat? I think you can rewind the video a little bit. You will find all the explanation on the previous slide. And if still there is any confusion, you can ask me then. Okay, Hasib is the first one to answer. Yes, condition is right. The longest side square must be greater than sum of squares of other two. And so far, I've got all the correct answers. Option C, 10 is the right answer. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, it's a direct question provided you know the condition for a triangle to be obtuse angled triangle. So the three side lengths of a triangle are A, B, C such that A is the smallest one, B is greater than equal to that A, and C is the largest side or longest side. Then condition is that this longest side square of the longest side should be greater than sum of squares of other two sides. So that is a condition for a triangle to be obtuse angled triangle. Fine, that is the only condition. So if you don't know that, then it is almost impossible to solve this question. And if you know this, then this is very easy question. Fine, so this question is either very easy or you don't know it at all. Okay, so that you must know, and this condition has been used in CAT and XAT for many years now, many decades now we can say. Okay, so now this was the condition here. So two side lengths are given 7, 17. So the third side length will determine whether triangle is obtuse or not, right? So what are the conditions of third side length? There are two conditions. One is a condition of this obtuse angle triangle, and the other condition would be the simple triangle inequality, that triangle must be formed, right? So two conditions will be there. So as per triangle inequality, so the third side length, let me call it x. So this third side length x should be certainly less than sum of these two, that is 17 plus 7, 7, and it should be greater than 17 minus 7. I hope it is fine, right? So this the third side length should be more than the difference of these two sides, and it should be less than the sum of two sides. So that means it can be maximum up to it should be less than 24. So maximum value possible is 23 because it is positive integer that is given. All sides are integers that is given already. Fine. So maximum value of x can be 23, and same way it is going to be more than 17 minus 7, that is 10. So more than 10, that means minimum it can be 11. So if x is anything between 11 to 23, then triangle will be formed. But now to confirm whether it is obtuse angle triangle, I need to put this condition also. Okay, na? So what will be the result of this condition? So x may be the longest side or 17 may be the longest side. So we get the both constraints here. So this x square, if it is longest side, then it is going to be more than 17 square plus 7 square. But if 17 is the longest side, in that case, this x square should come out to be less than 17 square minus 7 square. I hope it is fine. Okay, na? So we just need to simplify this also now. So from here I got to know that x square should be more than 17 square is 289 and 7 square is 49. So 289 को 290 मान लेते हैं, 49 को 50 मान लेते हैं, तो 290 plus 50 is 340. 340 में 2 कम कर दिया तो 338, right? That's a simple calculation. And here again it is 289 minus 49, that gives you 240. Or you may have used a minus b, a plus b also, right? It is a square minus b square. So 17 minus 7 is 10. 10 times 17 plus 7, 24. That makes it 240. So now x square should be more than this. So because x is an integer, can you tell me what is the lowest or smallest value possible in this direction? See, what is the nearest perfect square near 338? 17 square is 289, that is 2 less. 18 square is 324. And 19 square is 361. So it lies between 18 and 19, right? So 18 is less than this, so x square must be more than this, so x cannot be 18, but x can be 19. So that becomes the minimum value in this direction, right? So upper limit here we know it is 23. So x can be anything from 19 to 23, right? In this range, including the boundary values, x can take any values, right? And now on the other side, let's check. So here I know that x square should be less than 240. So 240 के near about कौन सा perfect square है? 15 square is 225 and 16 square is 256. तो 256 won't work because x square को 240 से कम होना था. So x is going to be less than or equal to 15, right? So 15 and 15 से कम कहाँ तक? 11 तक. So the lower range is 11 to 15, again inclusive of boundary values. So it is 5 plus 5 more, total 10 cases. So this 10 is the right answer here, that is option C. So it is a simple counting question, we know all the conditions and just apply that and got the answer. ठीक है ना? So 17 is perfectly fine, this 10 is perfectly fine. There are 10 cases and these are the values of the third side, 11 to 15 and 19 to 23. And yes, that has been mentioned by Devapriya also. Is it okay? So those who do not know this condition, you must remember this condition. Before I move further, can you tell me what is the condition for acute angle triangle? Acute angle triangle. The only condition is that this inequality sign will change, right? So this c square, the longest side square, will become less than the sum of squares of other two. That is a condition for acute angle triangle, right? And same way, that I'm sure all of you know. What is the condition for right angle triangle? Again, that longest side square must be equal to the sum of squares of other two sides. All of you are familiar with this, right? This is right angle triangle. So the only thing which we need to take care about is that, this C is the longest side here. That you must remember. This C is the longest side here, that you must remember, right? Then this is the only thing we need to check. The square of the longest side, if it is more than sum of squares of other two, it is obtuse angle triangle. Square of the longest side, if it is less than sum of squares of other two, then it is acute angle triangle. And square of the longest side, if it is equal to sum of squares of other two, it is a right angle triangle. Fine? ठीक है, let's move to the next side. Yes, hypotenuse is the name in the case of right angle triangle only. In other cases, we don't use the term hypotenuse. But longest side can be used everywhere, isn't it? So from right angle triangle condition, you can easily remember this. Right? From the right angle triangles condition, which you also know by the name Pythagoras theorem. So with this condition, you can easily recognize that what is the condition for acute angle triangle and what is condition for obtuse angle triangle. Okay, Akshar. Okay, you are asking something regarding CAT. Which slot did you write CAT? It was third slot, Akshar. And any idea about when we may get answer key? Akshar, I have not checked the CAT website recently. They provide you your marked answer keys, your marked paper, the paper which you have marked, the options which you have chosen. They will be sending a PDF of that. Okay, they will be sending a PDF of that with your answers marked, and they will be checked also whether your answer is correct or incorrect. So you will be getting your marks basically, right? You will be getting all the questions, you will be getting your marks also, but percentile will be declared later, right? Percentile will be declared later. Marks you are going to get very soon, right? And there must be some date mentioned on the CAT website. I have not checked that. That will be getting very soon. So answer key you will be getting very soon. So which is whether you marked right answer or wrong answer, and what was the right answer. So that will be sent to all the candidates very soon. So percentile they declare later, result is declared later, but marks and answer keys declared very soon. So I guess within 1 week or maximum 2 weeks it will be there. Okay? Okay, Saurabh, triangle must be formed. Wala is also to check. Yes, of course, why not Saurabh? Yes, that is also the case. Triangle is formed or not, that is also to be checked. Okay, where of it not sure about VARC, but baki bhi acha hua. That's a honest comment. Where of it actually verbal में no one understands कि भाई सही हुआ कि गलत हुआ, बस कर दिया. So and that takes too much time to develop confidence in verbal part. But in mathematics part, immediately you know मुझसे नहीं हुआ, बहुत मुश्किल है. You immediately know that. है ना? हो गया तो भी पता है, नहीं हो गया तो भी पता है. But in VARC it is very difficult. VARC difficult लगता नहीं है actually. So क्योंकि मालूम नहीं है कि सही हुआ कि गलत हुआ. Anyway, your answer key will be there and you will get to know the right answers very soon. So, okay, another question from permutation combination, and this is a good one. See if you are able to do it. It's a quick question. How many committees can be formed comprising of one male and at least one female out of 10 males and 10 females? So be careful, don't make any mistake, please. In slow 3 VA, Rishabh, I don't know. I found it doable. I did maximum attempt in VA part only. Hasib says option A. Now we're changing to option C. And Tejeshwar option B. See, accuracy should always be your first priority. Solving the question fast is certainly a requirement, but accuracy must be your first priority. Yes, exactly, Rishabh, I agree with that. And that's why I said I don't know. But practically, I did most attempt, the maximum number of attempts in BA section only. Let's see with the results that will tell. Saurabh, excellent. That's correct. Yes, many others. Tejeshwar, now yes, you have done it rightly. Rishabh, Ashish. Pranjal, please recheck. See, it says how many committees can be formed comprising of one male and at least one female. See, when it says one male, so male is fixed. Only one male person is required. How many persons are available? We are having 10 males and 10 females. So out of 10 males and 10 females, I need to select exactly one male. But regarding females, we have a lot of options. We need to select at least one female, right? At least one female. That means I can select exactly one female or exactly two females or exactly 3 or 4 or 5 up to 10, right? All the cases would be there. Akshay, it was very less. I attempted exam after so many years. So I was going very easy, and many of the students also commented, don't attempt like that. Anyway, so still let's see, result declare the things. But my attempt was less in quant, not much. Okay, so out of 10 females, I can select one female or 2 or 3 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 up to 10 females, isn't it? So number of ways to select one male is how much? It's 10 only, 10C1. And number of ways to select one female would be 10C1. Second case, one male 10C1 and two females, that is 10C2. again 10C1 into 10C3, again 10C1 into 10C4, and so on up to 10C10, right? So in all these cases, I can take 10C1 common, which is nothing but 10. And the other things are 10C1, 10C2, 10C3, up to 10C10, isn't it? And this 10C1 is 10, as I said earlier. And this portion, if you see, if you include 10C0 also, it becomes 2 power 10. So basically, it is 2 power 10 minus 1, because 10C0 is 1. Right? So that's an important result. I'm sure many of you already know this. If you don't know, then you should note it down. So NC0 plus NC1 plus NC2 and so on up to NCN, that is equal to 2 raised to power n. Do you know it? I'm sure many of you must be already knowing this. So 10C1, NC0, NC1, NC2 up to NCN, that is equal to 2 raised to power n. ठीक है ना? So that's how it is. So 2 power 10 is 1024, 1024 minus 1 is 1023, and that makes it 10230. So that was very quick question if you recognize all these terms. So directly you could have come to this part. So 10 out of 10 males, I need to select 1 male, that can be selected in 10 ways, and out of 10 females, at least 1 female is to be selected. So it is 2 power 10 minus 1. Directly I could have come to that point, and that's my answer. Fine. Okay, let's move to the next question now. Okay, again, geometry question. Now this time you need to draw something. In the last question, I guess we didn't draw anything, but this time it is a solid. I was telling you about in the beginning that in XAT paper specifically you get the questions based on solid geometry, 3-dimensional geometry. So you need to visualize the things. All student, -1 was for that NC0 or 10C0 basically. 10C0 was not there, na? At least 1 female was to be selected. That's why. Okay, fast answer this question now. Okay, option C is one answer, Tejeshwar is saying. Yes, AC is acting as axis, Preetham. It's mentioned here. The triangle is rotated about the hypotenuse AC. So AC is acting as hypotenuse. Yes, it is triplet. 5, 12, 13, you know that it's a Pythagorean triplet. Options में units गलत हैं और हाँ ठीक है, क्यूब आना चाहिए ना, right? Agreed with that, Samyak. It should be cube. Let me correct it here. It is centimeter cube. That's fine now. Circumcenter का area. Circumcenter का area means, Depriya? Circumcenter is a point, and basically it is asking about the volume of solid formed, not two-dimensional thing. Yes, exactly, old student. दो कोन बनेंगे. It's a double cone. You haven't seen this question earlier, Samyak. It's a old question. Okay, I'm giving you one more minute. Now, I hope you have understood somehow, somewhat. Try to find the answer now. By the way, one answer I already got, that option C, I guess, na? 1800 pi by 3, somebody said. Yes, Tejishwar said that. And Akshar, Pallav, Sangam, they are saying option E. It's not circumcircle, it is double cone. Okay, many of you are saying can't visualize. Good. For that purpose only, I have just taken a paper. Let's see now what is happening. See, what does it mean that a figure, a two-dimensional thing, triangle is rotated? Let's make it simple. What happens when a rectangle is rotated? See, this is a rectangular paper in my hands. Fine. So this is a rectangle here. So if I rotate, now everyone please see here, if I rotate this rectangle along this axis, along this vertical line as the axis here, vertical side as the axis, so what will happen? Can you visualize what figure will be formed? If I rotate it like this, if I rotate it like this, it's keep on rotating. So what shape will it cover? Please answer that. What shape it is going to cover? If I rotate it like this, so remember this, what is happening? It is revolving, right? It is revolving around this vertical axis. So what shape is being formed? Yes, it is cylinder, exactly. This is a cylinder, right? And this axis is acting as the axis of that cylinder also, isn't it? This is acting as axis of that cylinder also. And this top point is acting as the center, right? It is acting as the center of that top circle. ठीक है ना? This is acting as the center of the top circle. And what about this length, this vertical length? What it is acting as for the cylinder? Can you tell me? This vertical length of this paper, it is acting as what dimension, what thing, what parameter for that cylinder? It is acting as height, right? It is acting as height of the cylinder, right? It is acting as height of the cylinder. Are you getting it? Right? And what about this shorter length? What about this shorter length? What this shorter length is acting for the cylinder? This shorter length is acting as a radius. Yes, rotational motion yaad aa gaya. That's very nice. So this is acting as radius. Fine. So it is very easy to visualize. Okay. By the way, if I rotate it like this, if I rotate it along the shorter axis, so shorter length, shorter side here, so this will be the shape. So now tell me what shape, what solid are we getting? What solid are we getting if I am rotating along this axis, considering this small side as the axis, and I am rotating this paper along the shorter side as the axis. So which shape is being formed now? Which shape is being formed now? It's still cylinder. It's still cylinder. And yes, the dimensions are getting interchanged. Now the shorter side is acting as the height, right? Now shorter side is acting as the height, and the longer one is acting as the radius now. Yes or no? Now longer side is acting as the radius. Fine? Yes, radius and heights are getting interchanged. Now if I ask you a question, in which case the volume of the cylinder formed is more? Can you tell me? In which case volume of the cylinder formed is more? The first case when height was more, or the second case when height is less? What do you say? In which case volume of the cylinder formed is more? The first case when the height was more, or the second case when height is less? For that you need to know how to calculate volume of a cylinder. Yes, when radius is bigger, your height is less. Yes, exactly the second case. Good. So we don't need the actual dimensions. We only need to know this is small length, this is longer side. So when this longer side is acting as a radius, now in that case, that radius square into h, that will give us a volume, isn't it? Simple thing, right? Now let's make it a right angle triangle. I'm making it a right angle triangle now. Let me fold it. So if I fold it, okay, this is a right angle triangle now. Let me make it one more fold. Okay, this is one more fold. I'm folding it once again and let me lock it. Okay, fine now. So this is a right angle triangle. Okay, this is a right angle triangle. So in this right angle triangle, by the way, this is an isosceles right angle triangle, है ना? So if I rotate this triangle along this axis, everyone see very carefully. If I rotate this axis, if I rotate this right angle triangle along this perpendicular axis, right? So I'm rotating it like this. So what shape is being formed? What shape is being formed? What volume can you see here? When I rotate it like this, so what volume can you see here? It's a cone, right? It's a cone. It's a cone. And this is acting as the height and this is the radius. Fine. And you know the volume is 1 by 3 pi r square h. ठीक है ना? Okay. So if I rotate this same right angle triangle, with this horizontal line as the base, if I rotate it like this, now tell me, if I rotate it like this, now what will happen? Which shape is this? This is again cone, of course, right? And again radius and height are interchanged, right? Now this is acting as the height of the cylinder, this cone, and this length is acting as the radius. So what about the volumes? Is it same or different? Is it same or different? It's same because it is isosceles right triangle, right? It's same cone and same volume. But now tell me, if I rotate this same right angle triangle along this axis, this hypotenuse as the axis, if I rotate it here like this, now can you visualize what shape is this? It was same, by the way, Rishabh, because it was isosceles right triangle. Now I am rotating it along the hypotenuse. Now what shape is formed? So it is difficult to visualize like this, but it will become easier if I make this axis vertical, right? If I make it this axis vertical, now it will be easier to visualize. Now it will be easier to visualize. This was the hypotenuse of my right triangle. If I rotate my right triangle along this hypotenuse as the axis, now what is happening? You can see now it is a double cone, right? One cone is pointing upwards and one cone is pointing downwards. Yes or no? I hope it is clear now, right? So this one cone is pointing upwards and one cone is pointing downwards. So it is a double cone. So whenever a right angle triangle is rotated along hypotenuse as the axis, in that case, it's a double cone. Hi, it's fine, Rishabh, no problem. It's fine. It's okay. Okay, so it is double cone. So now in this case, let's count now. Let's count what is happening. So we are having this right triangle with side lengths 5, 12 and 13. So 13 is the hypotenuse. So let's say 13 is the hypotenuse here. So this one is maybe 5 and this one is 12. Let's say something like this. So this is 5, this is 12 and this total is 13. And this is my right triangle. Okay, now this is being rotated about this hypotenuse as the axis. So when it will rotate, we will be having two cones, right? Double cone. Now, can you tell me what will be the radius of this double cone? What will be the radius of this double cone? So when it is being rotated, so This will act as the radius, yes or no? It will act as a radius. So how much is this length? Can you tell me how to find this length? How to find this radius? How to find this radius of this cone? Yes, exactly. Good, Nitin. Saurabh, yes, now you are able to identify this. That's perfectly fine. It is nothing but it is the altitude dropped on hypotenuse from the vertex with the right angle. It is 5 times 12 by hypotenuse 13. So this radius comes out to be 5 into 12 by 13. That was very easy thing, right? So if you understand the whole storyline, it is very fast thing. So radius comes out to be 5 to 12 by 13. That is 60 by 13. So leave it here only, no need to calculate further. So radius is known to us. Now how to find this height? Not required, not required. Let's say this height is h1, this height is h2. So I know the total sum is 13, right? So the volume of this top cone would be how much? It is 1 by 3 into pi into r square. So r is same for both the cases. It is 60 by 13 square. So this part is common for both the cylinders, both the cones, right? So 1 by 3 pi r square into h1 plus 1 by 3 pi r square into h2. So into it is going to be h1 plus h2, which is nothing but 13, right? So we just need to find this answer. 1 by 3 times 60 by 13, pi was also there. So pi by 3 into 60 by 13, 60 by 13 into 13. That's it. So 30 is cancelled. What else? And we can cancel this 3 also. So 3 2s are 6, that is 20. So 20 into 60, that is 1200, isn't it? I hope that's fine. So this is 1200 pi by 13. So 1200 pi by 13 centimeter cube, as Samyak mentioned. So that is certainly the answer. So option E. Is it fine? Yes, Saurabh, that's true. That's fine. Okay, let's quickly move to the next one now. Again, another geometry question. And this one you should do very fast. It's a very easy question. The 6 regular hexagons surrounded a regular hexagon of side length 2 as shown, and what is the area of triangle ABC? I hope the diagram is visible. Yes, it is visible on my screen, so it must be. Excellent, Pallav. You need to be that quick to answer the question. Acha question tha, good. It seems that you have done that question for the first time. Nice. Twice of the area of hexagon. That's true. It's not 1.5 moon, it's twice. Why 1.5? We need to calculate the area of triangle, no? It will be twice. It will be twice, not 1.5. Yes, 12 root 3 is a perfectly fine. That's the right answer. And there are various approaches. So I think that moon somehow got confused. It is twice only, not 1.5. It is twice. Yes. See, there are various ways to answer this question. I hope all of you know that area of an equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 times side square, right? Whatever is the side length. So root 3 by 4 times side square. ठीक है ना? Okay, so how to find the side? So in this diagram, if you see, let me draw it. Yeah, yahin se dekh sakte ho na. So this portion here, this length is formed by these two sides. So these two sides are 2 each, that is given. This is 2, this is 2, and this is half of the equilateral triangle side, right? This is half of the equilateral triangle side. What is this length? It is 120 degree. So this is 2, 2, this is 120, this comes out to be 2 root 3, that's it. Same way another one is also 2 root 3. That means the complete side length comes out to be 4 root 3. I can just put this value and get my answer. So root 3 by 4 into 4 root 3 into 4 root 3. Done. So 4 is cancelled, root 3 is 3, 3 times 4, that is 12 root 3. This is my answer. So this question is not more than what, 30 seconds. 30 seconds is much, too much. 30 seconds including reading time. Fine. And otherwise, as others may have seen, so it is twice of the area of hexagon. That can also be seen. How twice? Because each of these areas, if you see, each of these areas is simply 1/6. It is simply 1/6 of this hexagon. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 such pieces. So one complete hexagon and one hexagon here. So it is twice of the complete hexagon. So this triangle's area is nothing but twice of the complete hexagon's area. Now how to find hexagon's area? That will again take time. So anyhow, so this was the better part. Fine. So this answer is 12 root 3. That is perfectly fine. I hope it is clear. Let's move to the next one. Now that's a question based on log. I think we have not done any question based on algebra right now. So this is one of them. Question on algebra, logarithm. Yes, again, very easy question based on log. So those who are afraid of log, to them it may appear to be difficult. Otherwise, it's very easy question. Answer fast. Yes, answer. Option C. Dear Priya, these are the 4 marathon sessions right now, and after that regular classes will be there on different topics. So right now this is marathon, so we are having all the topics combined in this one session. And in the beginning I showed that that one slide. So these are the 4 marathon sessions planned. This is the first one on quant. Tomorrow it's on VARC, then one will be on DI, and another one will be on that decision making. After that, we'll be having regular sessions in the XAT batch, just like you are having for CAT also. Okay, so option C, many of you are saying, Acha Akshar has changed the answer. Fine, option C, most of you are saying. Okay, let's see. So what is the condition? This is a quadratic equation we can see. So question is, if k is a real number, then the roots of this equation are real and distinct. Can you tell me what is the condition? What is the condition to confirm that roots of a quadratic equation are real and distinct? What is the condition? There is a condition on discriminant, right? So the discriminant, which sometimes is denoted by D or sometimes delta also. So what it is B square minus 4AC. So what is the condition? That it should be greater than 0, right? Not equal to, it should be greater than 0. That's it. Yes, D must be greater than 0. And what is D? B square minus 4AC. So in this case, it is going to be B square, that is 36, minus 4 times A into C. A is 1, but C is negative. So that term will become positive. And 4 times log of K to the base 5. This must be more than 0. That's it, right? That's it. So now nothing much. So it is 4 times log of 5 to the base K must be more than minus 36. Fine. Now we can cancel out the 4 from both sides. So log of 5 to the base K, it must be more than minus 9. And we can just simplify this logarithmic equation. So we'll get the value that this K, this K must be more than 5 raised to power minus 9, isn't it? Which basically means that K must be more than 1 upon 5 raised to power 9. So that's it. That's our final thing. So option C is certainly the right answer. I hope it is clear. I hope you remember this part. So when we have equation something like this, let's say log of 100 to the base 10 equals to 2. ठीक है, कुछ गड़बड़ तो नहीं किया ना? अच्छा, मैंने यहाँ उल्टा कर दिया यार. मैं that's what I was thinking. Yes, मैंने उल्टा कर दिया यहाँ पे. It was K base 5. That's what I was thinking. I did something mysterious. It was K base 5. Yes. So when we have log 100 to the base 10, it is equal to 2. How it is? So it is 100 is equal to 10 power 2. Same way, this K is equal to 5 raised to power minus 9. Yes, that's true now. That's fine. So K is greater than 5 power minus 9, which means K is more than 1 upon 5 power 9. ठीक है, हाँ, yes, मैंने base उल्टा कर दिया था, right? That was a mistake there. So it was log of K to the base 5. So log of K to the base 5. So this K is greater than this 5 raised to power minus 9. Fine? Okay. Next one, fast. Again, another algebra question, and that's a good one. It's a functional equation. And first, we need to find the value of the function, and then we can answer. And it's a good CAT level question. I'm giving you 1 minute. Try to identify the function. Can you? After identifying the value of the function, then we can answer the question. Any idea what we can do here? Other than skipping the question. Okay, let me give you a hint. I want the value of function, it is f of a square minus a. So in place of a square minus a, I want the value of fx. I want somehow the value of fx. That's what is my requirement. So what we can do? Yes, exactly. A square minus a को x लिख लो. Exactly. A square minus a को x लिख लो. So basically, I need to write this right hand side in the form of a square minus a, and then I can interchange. Let's see what happens. Let's see. So it is f of a square minus a. I want this right hand side to also be written in that format only. अच्छा, इन दोनों में से I can take common a square. So if I take a square common, so it would be a square. And इन दोनों में इसको I'm splitting it. I'm parting it in two parts. So a square के साथ मुझे एक a चाहिए. Right? I want this term a square minus a. तो ये तो हो गया. तो now this is a power 4. That's fine. And minus a cube. But यहाँ तो 2a cube था ना. So 1a cube is remaining with negative sign. Right? So let's take minus a common this time. So this would be again a square. So this minus a cube is balanced. So minus a cube and minus a cube, that makes it minus 2a cube. That's done. But ab iske saath I want to minus a also, which basically means I have taken plus a square, right? I have taken plus a square. So plus a square अगर मैंने ले लिया तो बाकी कितना बचा? 4a square, right? So I'm taking 4 common. So it is again a square. So 4a square, that makes the balance part. Now 4a square के साथ again I want minus a, which means I have taken minus 4a, which was there, right? So basically I have used this entire term having a, right? Now I'm left with minus 5 only. So as now Navanil was suggesting, I'm going to do that. Just put this value a square minus a as x. ठीक है ना? उससे भी पहले एक काम कर लेते हैं. I can take a square minus a common from these two terms as well. So if I take a square minus a common from these two terms, I'm again going to get a square minus a, right? And plus this term, which is 4 times a square minus a minus 5. Now we can substitute a square minus a as x. So it becomes fx equals to x square plus 4x minus 5. Isn't it? So that's our function. I hope it is okay. ठीक है ना? So fx comes out to be x square plus 4x minus 5. Now it can be factorized also very easily. What will be the factors here? What will be the factors here? So the factors comes out to be, this is 5x minus x, so it is x plus 5 into x minus 1. Fine. So it is x square plus 5x minus x, that is plus 4x and minus 5. ठीक है ना? Okay, so that's it. We are done now. We are just done. So that was the only part to be done basically. But see, as I said, this is a actual XAT level question and XAT level thing. So XAT doesn't stop here. What it is asking about? It is asking about find the approximate value of this part. See, we can find the exact value of all these terms, isn't it? Then why it is asking about approximate? Because it is division part, right? So this division is also asking approximation, and these options also you can see they are very close. They are not far away. Let's see what happens. So let's first calculate f8. So if I want to calculate f8, so we already factorize it. So x को मुझे 8 put करना है. 8 plus 5 is 13, and this is 8 minus 1, that is 7. It's 91, or leave it here only. Okay. And the other part I am having f10. So how much is f10? So f10 would be 10 plus 5, that is 15, into 10 minus 1, that is 9. So 15 times 9 is 135. I'm solving it because I need to further calculate f of f10. So f of f10 basically means f of 135, right? Which comes out to be now 135 plus 5, that is 140, into 135 minus 1, that is 134. Now no need to multiply, we can leave it here, right? No need to multiply. By the way, we can use calculator here if it is allowed, and otherwise not. If some of you are saying that calculator is not there, so discard the calculator. So f of f10 divided by f8. So this value comes out to be this 140 into 134 divided by f8, which is 13 times 7. Fine. Now we need to calculate the approximate value. Can you tell me the answer? 720, this 20 here. Now this is 134 and this is 13. Approximately to side 10, right? So, but as I said, options are very close. 200 is also in the options. 194, 206, 210. They are very close options. So what's your answer here? Without using calculator now, by the way. Without using calculator. Rishabh, where did 2 go? Kaun sa 2 bhai? You're talking about this 2? It is already utilized here. If you're talking about this 2, it is already utilized here. See, this a power 4 minus a cube and minus a cube, that makes it minus 2a cube. Then plus a square and plus 4a square, that makes it plus 5a square. And minus 4a, it is minus 4a. Fine? Yes, 206 is the right answer. Yes, that's true. At the first go, it may look like this is 20 and this is approximately 10. So 10 times 20 is 200. But 200 is also in the option, and there are other options are also very close. So we need to check it, right? We need to check it whether this is more than 200 or less than 200. It is clearly more than 200, right? because this value is more than 10. That's one thing, right? So 194 is certainly not the answer, 200 is certainly not the answer. But now it is 206 or 210. We can calculate it actually also, but don't calculate. 210 कब बनेगा? 210 कब बनेगा? 20 में क्या मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा कि 210 बन जाए? So 10 मल्टीप्लाई करता तो 200 ही बनता and 0.5 हो, right? So is it 10.5? Certainly not. क्योंकि 10.5 कब बनता? 30 into 10 is 130 और 0.5 के लिए मुझे 6.5 चाहिए था. That means अगर ये 136.5 होता, in that case 210 बनता. अभी उससे कम है, right? तो 210 से कम बनने वाला है. This is the right answer. Fine. So we can calculate it actually if calculator is there, and if not, then we can approximate it as we have just done. Fine. Okay. जल्दी से बस ये last सवाल करते हैं अभी के लिए. So this is the last question for the time being. So please answer it fast. This is one question based on, again, you can take it to be algebra or maybe numbers. We are talking about positive integers here. And this is one equation, and S is given by this expression. We need to find the number of possible values of S. That's an easy question. Do it fast. It's a standard question. You will find this type of question at many places. And believe me, this is very easy question. Nothing to be done actually. Hasib says option B. That means 4 values you are saying, Hasib? Okay. Let's wait for others' answers. Okay, now you're changing your answer. Yes, that's again a 30-second question, and 30 is again including reading time. Hasib from option A to option B, then A, then option C. Hasib, how many changes you are going to make? Okay, let's check now. It says find the number of possible values of S. S की कितनी values possible हैं? That's what we are to determine. And what is S? S is given like this. Let me write again. S is minus 1 raised to power X and minus 1 raised to power Y and minus 1 raised to power Z. And what are X, Y, Z? X, Y, Z are positive integers. It is clearly mentioned. They are positive integers and their sum is given 2021. So we'll check it later. First, tell me this one thing. If X is a positive integer, what can be the possible value of this number? Minus 1 raised to power any integer. So minus 1 raised to power any integer, any positive integer, what values can take? It depends upon whether this power, this X is even or odd, isn't it? So if this X comes out to be even, in that case it will become plus 1, and if it is odd, then this will be minus 1. So basically these values are minus 1 or 1. Same way minus 1 or 1, minus 1 or 1. So now if I look for the combinations of all these, there can be many ways possible, but not all the cases are possible because their sum is given 2021, right? Their sum is given 2021. So I just need to identify that how many of these are going to be odd and how many of these are going to be even. ठीक है ना? अब तीनों numbers का sum odd है. So is it possible that all three are odds? Yes or no? Is it possible that all three are odds? Yes. So it can be odd plus odd because that is going to be odd. 2021 is odd number. That's possible case. So odd plus odd plus odd. That's possible case. Another case, can it be possible that two numbers are odd out of X and Y? Is it possible that two of them are odd? Not, right? Because odd plus odd will be even and the another number has to be odd so that the sum becomes odd. So that means all three can be odd but two can't be odd. What else is possible? Can one number be odd? Yes. So if one number is odd, then other two are going to be even, right? That is also possible. That is a feasible case. So only these two cases are possible. Now it is not important that which of the two numbers is odd, which of the three numbers is odd. See, when all three are odd, that's fine. This is odd, it becomes -1. This is -1. This is -1. The value comes out to be -3. Right? In this case, when all the three powers are odd numbers, so -1 raised to the power odd gives me -1. Same way here also -1. This is also -1. So the value comes out to -3. So this is one value possible. Now in second case, when I'm taking only one of the numbers to be odd and others two are even, so does it matter that which of them is odd? No, because we are concerned about the possible number of possible values of S, right? We are not talking about the arrangements of X, Y and Z. We just are concerned about the values of X, values of this S. So the value of S will not change whether X is odd or Y is odd or Z is odd. So any one of them is odd, other two are even. So that is going to give me same answer, right? So what the answer will be? So if X is odd, so this one value will be -1. So this value will give me -1, and other two values are even. So that will give me +1 each. So +1 and +1. So that total value come out to be 2 minus 1, that is 1. So this 1 and this -3. So these are the exactly two possible values for S. So answer here is option A. ठीक है ना? So I hope it is clear to everyone. So we shall stop here. So as I said earlier, there are a lot of questions. So previous year's questions are the best resource for every test, and that is the main thing we need to practice now. So if you want to attend the regular course, you can enroll for that. And right now these free marathon sessions are there for all of you. This was the first one for the quant, and the other three will be commencing every day, once a day each. Fine, so we shall end it here. Thank you very much. So you can share your feedbacks, your comments. If any query is there, that you can post here. I'm still here for 2-3 more minutes. Thank you very much. Yes, Hasib, I just told you there are 3 more marathons. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and after that. Fine, this is 27th today, so 28th, 29th, 30th, same time. There are 3 more marathons on YouTube like that. Thank you all of you for your consistent presence and active participation. Good night. Thank you, Pritha, Hasib, Shalvi, Suyash, and everyone else here. Thank you, Chinmay, Akshar, Pareshwar, Saurabh, Akhilangasthavasthi, Kanuri. It's a nice, big name. Sorry if I pronounce it wrongly. Dhanyavad for your kind words, Aishani. Good night and all the best, everyone. So hopefully we shall meet soon in another session. Thank you. So I shall end this live stream here. Akhila hi bolne. Okay, no problem. I was doubtful whether it is Akhil or Akhila. So fine, Akhila. Okay, good night, everyone. So I'm ending this live stream here. Good night.